No, that was planned silence. I did that
was
on
good.
purpose.
It's called transition.
What am I getting?
That's a topic for sure. If it's spelled right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by far.
Here?
All around.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Because today's a press conference for it, so.
Oh,
we'll
okay.
definitely
Sure.
talk about that.
We'll get to
That's
it.
pretty good shit, isn't it?
That's
sorry. Poop.
impressive to write that upside down.
We're delayed. Poop. Sorry.
That
We're
was
not
it.
delayed.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're not.
If
You're
I want
fine,
to wrote down
please.
immigration upside down, so we
Yes.
need to talk about that because it's a big topic worldwide. So,
Okay.
anyways.
Oh, good.
First, we're going to talk about Sheriff Hype Man Hardwick. And last
How did I
night's
do last night with my MCing?
good. Great, man. Yeah, the
love
crowd
that.
was hyped the whole
I love it.
time.
Your voice held up.
I didn't think he was going to have a voice today. I thought he was going to cancel. I saw the whole thing last night, and you were screaming all night long.
I know, it's so exciting. Because some people know this, but when I was at Fort Bragg, of course, I had to pay some bills, back in the day with some underground fighting up there. So I used to like to fight. Got knocked out quite a few times, but so if fighting excites me, I mean, I just, it's one of those things where I just truly enjoy it. And it was a great night. We had so many text messages come through for people saying, best event I've ever seen. We ended up selling 2,500 tickets.
That's amazing.
For our first event,
amazing.
coming off, of course, last year with the Florida Man
Yeah,
game.
man.
So glad things worked out. We just did it on our own because it definitely a standalone event and don't take away from Florida Man game. So it was just a great event last night. And our female boxers from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, they walked away with straight gold. Every one of our females
Every
won.
one of the females from
Every one of our employees were a female won gold.
Who won overall? Who was the overall winner? Because you guys looked like you were looking for some retribution from last year.
Yeah,
you guys,
so-
SJSO was fighting like they wanted to come back.
Yeah, so we didn't do the old, fire because some of the ones that were on our employees for the sheriff's office side, we were all sheriff's office employees. However, on the fire side, you had Beach Peach girls boxing gym in there.
Sure.
You had Hit Like a Girl boxing gym in there. You had Regal boxing gym in there, and then of course you had St. Johns County Fire and Rescue. Then you had St. Augustine City Fire as the trainers. So we didn't do really. This is all St. Johns County Fire Rescue. This is all St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. So we didn't do that.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, we did a fight of the night. So we did, and then Kia family gave them each $300 cash, and we gave them just a nice little trophy.
Cool. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of fun.
It was rocking.
Everybody was
in there.
into it, from the crowd to the fighters to everybody, man.
Yeah,
it just seemed like an electric night.
Kendall walked out of there with $50,000 plus.
Yeah,
because
for Diamond of Dreams,
they'll
right?
close
Yeah.
out. Yeah, 50.
is
We were
awesome.
expecting 10 or 15,000 on year
That's
one.
amazing.
And she walked out of there with 50,000, and we had some additional people call us today saying they would go ahead and either match or kick in some additional money
That is awesome.
based on the final numbers. Yeah,
That
super
is
excited.
awesome.
Yeah,
Diamonds and Dreams.
So if I sound like I'm a smoker today, no, I'm not smoking.
You were yelling all night last
Oh my
night.
God, I
It was
could not.
great.
I didn't go to bed till 1:30 this morning. I wish Kendall a happy Valentine's Day. We fell asleep, got up at 4 o'clock, and decided to not go to the gym. But we woke up for the gym, and then I came to work.
Wow, man.
I mean, the production, man.
The production was great.
Seriously.
The setup out
That
there
was
looked
so
amazing.
pro. It was so good.
Yeah, the entrance tunnels, the smoke, the lights.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was just awesome. And Chrissy Pageant, Corporal Chrissy Pageant, of course, she's a former Guns and Hoses champ, and she's one of the officers that came with me from the Beach PD over to here. She was one of my female sergeants at the time, and her and her beautiful wife it just everything came together. She put a lot of work into it, and it really came out well. Greg Adams, of course, with his production company, they gave us like a $40,000 package for like $4,000.
That's awesome.
And when we walked in there on weigh-in night with that massive American flag there, we used our tunnels that we used for the kids with our Pop Warner League for PAL.
Yeah.
It just was, of course, that's our boxing ring that our Police Athletic League owns for our kids. It just was, it was a powerful night. And the next thing you know, 2,500 ticket sales.
Yeah.
And we were hoping for 1,000.
That's incredible.
amazing.
That's
That's great.
incredible,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'm
and,
so excited for you guys. This thing's really going to take off and be.
Yeah.
It's going to be massive. You guys are going to need to move into a bigger facility soon. I mean,
we talked about that last night, but I think the homegrown concept is what we want, and the AMP is homegrown. And I don't know as we'll ever move out of there. So we go to capacity, we sell tickets. It's not about making money, by the way. It's about actually having a good time, getting that camaraderie, that partnership, and just me being out of my, I had people sending me videos like, oh, the sheriff's human being. I am a human being, and
do they never watch this show?
I don't know. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, they always say term 2. I was like, no, term 1 was really no different. But it just was a great night, and my staff is so amazing, and I got a special relationship with our employees, and it shows last night when but it's just it feels good to get in that ring, of course, and just let my hair down a little bit, and be who I am, and I just love fighting.
Let's talk about the kids matches, the
Yeah.
PAL matches.
Yes.
Really cool matches. Again, so cool to see these young people with a crowd like that most boxers will never see in their life. Will never see a crowd like that.
Yeah, Pete, that's so. So we started. This was another just vision of mine when I came to St. Johns County Sheriff's Office to start a police athletic league, boxing for kids. That's how you let aggression out. That's how you build discipline. That's how you build, being a part of a team. And not every kid gets in a uniform and plays football or baseball or basketball.
Right.
So we run about 35 kids to 40 kids. We cap it out in our program. John Pervetti, of course, was Chrissy Pageant's boxing coach at Guns and Hoses. His son now, of course, fought last night. But those kids came out, and now we got a great partnership going with Flagler County Sheriff's Office Police Athletic League, Putnam County Sheriff's Office Police Athletic League, and these kids just came out there. They were disciplined. They put on a good show. They got the crowd fired up. But you're right, for them to be in front of 2,500 people, not including everybody, probably close to 3,000 people.
Yeah.
You'll never see that in most amateur or pro events. So it was even our guest judges, Mike Dragnich, of course, who's a pro MMA fighter and alligator wrestler,
He's an amazing dude,
He is a character, but last night he's like, Sheriff, we don't see this in some of the pro fights we had.
Right.
Matter of fact, the last bare knuckles fight I went to, we had a bigger crowd there. I'm a bare knuckles guy, by the way. The more blood, the more,
you Mal. Okay.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I just like to fight.
Have you seen this new sport, dirty boxing? Mike Perry's dirty boxing.
I probably shouldn't confess on the radio on the air, but I'm an underground fighter, so I got addicted to underground fighting.
Like Fight Club?
Fight Club underground where nothing's sanctioned, no rules.
Okay, sorry.
Can't talk about it. Yeah, it's off the GPS located.
Okay, I'm learning.
But anyways, underground fighting, of course, it's sanctioned, but now, of course, over the years, it's really, but back in the day in Fort Bragg, it was truly underground fighting.
Yeah,
and,
like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You sit in a warehouse and watch a fight, and it goes on for 4 hours. You just can't get enough of it. And
Sounds amazing.
Back then, it was mostly, special operations group guys, because Fort Bragg back then was a massive training post.
And everybody walks by, they're okay, and nothing, it's,
Oh, you pay $20 to get in the door, and it's just, there's blood everywhere. There's,
my God.
There's fights in the crowd. There's bales of hay around there.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
sounds great.
A nude ring girl. It's just straight up cowboy.
Okay, we've got one of those.
Yeah. Anyways, just a great event last night. Yep, it's super
That's
good.
awesome.
And the production was right, Pete. It was first
It was amazing.
class.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the adult fights too. I think Bout 5 was the first adult men's fight, and that was a slugger, man.
It was.
There were big haymakers thrown, big punches the whole round. It was great.
Yeah. It's funny because on weigh-in night, you kind of, I'm a big person. You look in the eyes of somebody when you're talking to them, and you can see if they're focused or they're in it because of the crowd has overwhelmed them. So that's when you see me get in their face and yell their name. If they are looking through you like a set of deer in the headlights, they're focused on the fight and not focused on what's going on behind you. If the other ones are looking around, and sometimes they focus on what's going on out here. Next thing you know, you get hit in the head. So I think every fight, but going into the adult fights, we did not let down that crowd. Every fight was, and some of these women, by the way, they're not my age, but they're between my age and 40, and they're just doing it because there's something in life they want to do. But they're nurses, and they work in hospitals, and they work in real estate, and they work in finance. And then, of course, our women work in crime scene technicians. They work in HR, finance, the jail. So it was just I'm still hyped. I got in bed last night, and of course I had eaten. I'd probably.
Training for combat is super fun. Like combat class is one of our biggest classes. Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
Well, it's a confidence builder. First of all, right? It confidence, and also too, when you take a shot on the chin or you take something on the body, you're like, okay, that hurt, but also too, your body recovers quickly.
Yeah.
Because of the adrenaline rush. So I probably had 30 throat lozenges last night because when I was a drill sergeant, you take those, and they wonder how you can yell for 21 days in a row.
Yeah.
You're just sucking on lozenges. And your throat just recovers.
Yeah.
I'm freaking.
What are you, Halls? What kind of lozenge are you using over there?
Actually, military is so cheap. Usually it's straight out lozenges. That's the actual brand.
That's it.
But last night they went Halls on me, and it didn't agree with my stomach at 1 o'clock this morning. I was like,
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, you got to do the sugar-free.
Ricola.
Yeah.
That's a great branding by Ricola. We all did it.
Absolutely.
Call some different P-Cola.
That sounds gross.
Diddles.
What?
That's branding with
awesome.
Diddles. Remember Diddles?
Doing great.
P-Diddles.
There was a big knockdown in round 9 by the St. John's Fire Department. Next round, there was a big TKO by Jeremiah, I think, and he took that round for the fire department.
He did.
Man, that was a fun one to watch. That was another
good one to
slugfest.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. We really, it's funny. You get in those fights sometimes. Now, we did have a sanctioning body there from Combat Sports, of course, which was Brooks. So he kind of oversaw the process. He doesn't know any of these people. Doesn't really even know us that well. He knows me and Chrissy well. But I honestly thought all 15 fights last night were very, very fair. There was probably one that I could have said, okay, yeah, but really it wasn't like that far off. There was a couple, honestly, especially the last one, you could have flipped a coin with Tyler Lee and Brandon Pierce. I mean, they were just in the face, back and forth for 3 whole minutes.
Yeah.
And then, so that you could have flipped the coin. I mean, blood come out of the mouth and the nose and the eyes. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, I gave all my employees 4 days off because they were pretty beat up.
Oh, really?
That's smart. That's smart. We're taking a week off.
The taxpayers will be mad at you. I promise you. Just go home because right now you'll be a zombie to your death with black eyes.
Let me tell you who I loved watching, and I've had the privilege of meeting this young lady a few times. She helped me set up your studio out there. Kiara Keeks, right?
Keeks, oh my God.
Bro, she was out there landing big punches. She was working the crowd too.
Oh my gosh.
The crowd was into it between rounds. She's celebrating, she's boasting, and she's just getting back in there and making big hits, man.
It's funny.
That was a fun one to watch.
She's a local girl, Southern St. Johns County, came from a really hardworking family, her mom, of course, and her dad works for us. And my wife and I have watched her work, grow up. And when my wife was the nurse at Gamble Rogers, all these kids came through her clinic because they didn't want to be in class. They come hang out in the medical clinic. But we physically, Keeks is Kiara Tolbert, she's a Black Hawk crew chief.
Yeah.
She's one of those kids that came in my office and said, hey, I want to serve the military. What should I do? And next thing you know, she's a Black Hawk mechanic, crew chief on a Black Hawk helicopter. Then next, she wants to be a deputy sheriff. She's currently so she started as a deputy sheriff this past Monday.
Yeah.
So she's back this morning on the range shooting to qualify this morning.
That's a dedicated young lady, man. You can tell she's serious.
I've been hard on her since she's been a young lady because I consider myself a mentor of hers. And, last night she gave me a hug and she just said, I just want to thank you for everything you've given me in life. And I said, you're done to yourself, girl. But on weigh-in night, she got in there and she freaking flexed her abs and she had a six-pack. Like, oh my God. But she came in there when I actually stuck the card in her face and I said, Tolbert. And her eyes were like, she was looking through mine. And I was like, my God, she's going to win. And she came out because the other girl, awesome. She was awesome too. But she was kind of looking all over the map. And I was like, yeah, you got to focus, baby.
Yeah.
But Kiara Tolbert's Keeks, girl, man, you came out there. I've known you since you were a baby, and you came out there like a grown woman last night.
That might have been the most exciting match last night.
It was
man.
Disciplined, yeah.
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
That was great to watch.
The big boys in the end were exciting for me too.
Yeah, they were.
Tyler Lee, I coached him in Pee Wee football. I've coached his brothers, of course. Justin and his dad worked for us and retired. This is a beautiful family, and he came out there, man. I'm telling you, when I went over there and yelled, your baby boy weighs in at 285 pounds. He looked through me like he was gonna kill me. That's why I slapped him on the side with a card on the side, But and then of course Brandon Pierce, no one knows this, but Brandon Pierce has battled weight and lost 100 pounds on his own over the last year.
Wow.
And now he's in the ring fighting at 300 pounds. It was pretty impressive.
Wow. Yeah, man. Wow.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
It was was a great night to watch.
God bless, I love it.
I'm so excited for you guys that this is taking off.
It was like my marriage. I didn't want it to end. Yeah. I tell my all the time, I was like, I don't want this to end.
Not going to. Yeah.
No, I can't wait to see how this progresses and evolves through the years, man. It's just going to be great. What a great start to
Thank you for supporting
doing
us
this
too. I know
as
the
your
three
solo
of you
event.
too you've been good to me. The three of you have, and I know you've been working hard with Kendall on Diamonds of Dreams, and that was the ultimate goal, was to raise a lot of money last night for Diamond of Dreams, and we were in the right direction. And this is going to help families like Troy when when he was young, raising his family. And where do you take these kids that have those special things that God's given them? Well, we're going to have them in Southern St. Johns County.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Takes
Very
away that
exciting.
fear of the family.
That's darn right.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford to drive.
It's a special place.
It is.
It really, really is a special
and
place.
families can't afford to drive from the south up to Aberdeen. They just can't do it. Let's be honest. I think we're missing that too. People think that the entire St. Johns County has wealth and money. Well, we have 25,000 people or more at or below the poverty line, and majority of those live in Southern St. Johns County. So we're going to meet a demand and a need that's been long overdue down in South St. Johns County. It's emotional, man. Kendall got in the car last night and cried and goes, "We just got $50,000 more towards that $3.5 million."
Yeah,
and we're getting it. And I'll have some FaceTime with the governor this morning too to discuss that on the Diamond of Dreams. We have appropriations up there. So again, I appreciate the three of you. I know you're a big voice for Rob Hardwick, not just me, but my agency and more important, my wife. And I heard vision and dream of Diamond of Dreams.
Yeah, it's very exciting, man.
Absolutely.
Very exciting.
Awesome. I'm fired up. I want to go punch somebody.
Oh, my God. No!
All right.
All sensitive about Diamond and Dreams. I need to punch
somebody.
Just take your hat
on
off.
camera. I'll take it for the team.
That boy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm in my second term, but Pete thinks I should go some more, so I'm gonna tone it down just a tad bit. Can you take your hat off so I can kiss your forehead?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Not at all.
All right, Pete.
Why is everyone assault Pete on the show?
That's not assault. That's affection.
That's love.
It was Valentine's Day.
He actually did ask for permission.
Thank you.
He did ask for permission.
Thank you.
It wasn't granted.
So there you go.
I just said, Oh, he said,
I heard him.
Ask him. I've never been real good with the word no.
I heard him.
Okay. Well,
I just get. That's my bad. Oh, it's on me.
it's all good, man. You're a few years of therapy will fix it for me. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there, man. Time. It's time now for the Gas Buddy Gas Report. You let us know in the comments where you are seeing the best prices for gas. And we will start at the top of the list with, what is that, the Gate? Wow. The Gate's at $2.99 this morning on Mizell Road. They're never the cheapest. They're $2.89. They're never the cheapest. A1A discount beverage, $2.90. The Gate at 4075 US 1 North, $2.99. Mobile and Circle K at 800 South Ponce, $2.99. Same with the Circle K, the Owens, and we get down to the Sunoco at 450 South Ponce, and we're at 302. The Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, also 302, and your Circle K on 207 is 315. That comes to us from Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. If you or someone you know is in trouble with the law, you're hanging out at the Hardwick Hotel, he can get you out.
Yes, yep.
Gated community, please.
The Hardwick Gated Community.
How nice.
If it's a gated community, we gotta come up with a name that sounds